wow, it's a newsroom on crack. You know, wow. To be honest, most journalists think that public relations people come in the morning, late, you know, a little bit. Not really by newsroom standards, because the newsroom really doesn't start until about 10. But they imagine that people come in, they write a couple of press releases, make a couple of calls, put their feet up, take a long lunch, you know, do a little more in the afternoon, and then they're out the door by 5. Well, to be honest, and I worked very hard building the whole Lean Plate Club franchise, and it was a 7-day-a-week job, but I work even harder now, and it's that's been both a wonder and also, you know, it's a challenge sometimes. So, but I feel extremely fortunate. I don't think I would have fit into absolutely every agency now that I have done this, and I think Powell Tate, which was formed by Jody Powell and Sheila Tate, has been just a terrific fit. And I love my colleagues who have come from a whole variety of different life experiences, including Capitol Hill, the White House, journalism, trade associations, public relations. And oddly enough, I first met Pam, and I only realized this as I was throwing out some things at home, that I first met Pam Jenkins, who is the head of public affairs at Webb Shandwick, and when she was at Ogilvy, and I came out to talk about Journalism 101 instead of the transition from journalism to public relations and public affairs. And didn't realize that Pam had been in the audience until I was going through these things and kind of put 2 and 2 together and then asked her. And it is just really interesting how much life has changed. So what I do love about the agency life is how fast-paced it is, because it is always interesting. What the other big surprise, and my husband is also a recovering journalist who worked at the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Lab in communications. So I had a little bit of insight into what he did, and so had a sense of what things might be like. And I think that I spent the first 6 months resisting the urge to go, that's a great story. Oh, no, I can't do that anymore. So, and I think that's also been a real eye-opener, and we kind of danced around this a little bit before. I apologize to you because I do know some journalists who are extremely rude to public relations people, and I listened to them be extremely rude, and it was appalling. And I never liked that. I always knew that we each had our jobs to do. And I can't tell you how glad I took that view, because I've run into so many people that I apparently pitched me. And fortunately, I was nice. And it so happens that she's now no longer my assistant because she's now moved up the ranks, but even my wonderful former admin, said she pitched me when she was in college, and so I was just like, wow, I am so glad, you know, that I took that approach. But I also think that the other realization that I've had in doing all this, and I really do still love journalism and have family members who are still journalists, but I think journalists understand when they're reporting that they're only getting part of the picture. And it's only once you go to be more of a player than a reporter that you see how little you actually get. And I think that was a real good eye-opener. And I do like being more of a player. I wasn't always a journalist. I got a graduate degree in nutrition and did some other things, and then did spend a very, very long time in journalism. But the Post would not allow us to do certain things. So, for example, I recently just ended up being on the DC Mayor's Commission on Food and Nutrition. And because of the change in mayors, I'm no longer there. But it's really fun to be a player.